I fought Canelo 10 years ago or so. Now, is that the same Canelo that is out there now? But a lot of people saying Canelo's maybe past his best. Now with Crawford, Crawford's come off some good wins, looking really good.
Right, and he's on this card, of course. But he was a good, solid fighter. We didn't understand that, so we started to knock down Crawford a little bit because our expectations were so high, and that's wrong. That's wrong. He won, he changed gears, he did what he had to do when he realized the level of this guy in front of him, and he got the win.
As we know, the massive fight between Canelo and Crawford has already been forecasted by a number of elite boxers, promoters, and pundits. Amir Khan, who has faced both fighters in the ring, has now given an unexpected prediction regarding the bout. Nevertheless, both fans and analysts are in utter disbelief over his statement.
Walking to the center. You know, maybe we cruise to the ropes and do the same thing good. Keep on frustrating, hit with the jab, boom, boom. Keep on moving, but also hitting though. You know what I mean? And he gets frustrated, then he let his guards down. And it's a good night.
First of all, Teddy Atlas stated that he would want to see a smaller guy defeat a larger one. He praised Crawford's speed, adaptability, and exceptional punching abilities while acknowledging Canelo's size advantage. Atlas thinks Crawford might have significant advantages even though the world supports Canelo. Crawford has a genuine opportunity to win the bout, in his opinion.
Is very, very special. I'm not saying Canelo's not, but I think he's special in a different way, where he's got instincts that not everyone has. That it's the timing, it's the instinctual things, the X factors, the intangibles that he has. And I think they're gonna show themselves. I really do. And I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait to see a smaller guy use those intangibles, use those X factors to beat a bigger guy. You reverse who's got the advantage and the disadvantage. Yeah, the size, the power of Canelo, he's got the advantage. Then all of a sudden you go back and you say, wait a minute. The other guy's faster. The other guy's craftier. The other guy has more options. The other guy is slicker. Oh, well, maybe he's got the advantages.
De La Hoya anticipated that Canelo would win, citing weight classes as a crucial element in his favor. He conceded that Crawford had a good chance of winning the bout as well. In the end, he thinks the boxer who does better that evening will prevail.
Crawford, I mean, he's the same age as well, you know? Different types of lifestyles, different styles. Canelo's getting into some wars now, which kind of like chips away at the block, you know? Do I favor him over Canelo? I don't know. I think it's a 50-50 fight at this point, given where they're at their careers.
But if you had to give somebody 1%.
Last one here.
1%.
1%, I would go with Canelo. Yeah, just because of the weight factor.
Furthermore, echoing De La Hoya's remarks, Jeff Mayweather also went slightly in favor of Canelo in his forecast, pointing to the size differential as a crucial consideration. Although Crawford and Canelo may have similar skills, he thinks that Canelo's physical edge might win the bout. He nevertheless said he was confident in Crawford's performance. Mayweather is confident that Crawford will put on a spectacular and engaging performance in the ring.
With Canelo being at 68 and been at 68 as long as he's been, I mean, I think that Crawford's going to probably give him a great fight as well. But I lean slightly toward Canelo, and that's just because of the size, not because of the skill.
Moreover, Roy Jones Jr. also revealed his prediction too, saying that if Canelo fights the way he usually does, Crawford would probably lose. Under those conditions, he thinks Crawford will find it challenging to manage Canelo, but he also conceded that Crawford has a legitimate shot at winning the bout.
You know, it's a hard one to call, and I'm gonna tell you why it's a hard one to call. It's a hard one to call because it'll all be predicated upon how Canelo approaches the fight. If Canelo approaches the fight like he's the man and he can box and outbox Terence Crawford, he'll get beat. If he comes out and shows that he really wants to go out and prove whether he's still the best, he might win. So it all depends on which Canelo come to the dance.
Most importantly, in his prediction of the Canelo versus Crawford fight, Amir Khan said he would also slightly lean towards Canelo because of his size and power, but he made it clear that it's a 50-50 battle and that they are essentially evenly matched. Khan thinks that both fighters are capable of winning. Things can go either way on fight day, and either man could win.
I think it's evenly matched, but I do lean more towards Canelo in this one, even though Crawford's a very close friend of mine and helped me in my training camp for my last fight. But it's a hard fight to call because Both fighters are at the top of the game. I think it's something that boxing's not seen for a very, very long time, where you've got two fighters. It's hard to say who's going to win. It is a 50-50 fight. Is it skill or power that's going to win, or is it skill or speed that's going to win the fight? We don't know, so let's see.
Additionally, Khan went into more detail about the battle and commended each combatant for their distinct advantages. He observed that one is powerful and the other is very skilled. While one has exceptional movement, the other possesses incredible speed. Khan went on to say he has seen both men hit hard because he has been in the ring with them. In closing, he described the bout as one of the greatest in boxing history.
You know, Crawford is a big guy as well. I mean, I normally would say Canelo because he's a bigger guy, but and normally he's bigger than his opponents and he puts on the weight well. And when I fought him, he was much heavier and bigger than me. But then again, when I fought against Crawford, Crawford was as big as Canelo. But I just don't feel that Crawford hits as hard as Canelo. Canelo hits very hard. I mean, his power is, you know what I mean? His power is like unreal.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you watch the fight and you see.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whereas with Crawford's got power. Don't get me wrong, Crawford's got amazing power. But the thing is that it's not that knockout power that Canelo has.
In his most recent interview, Crawford discussed his battle with Canelo and stated that he is only interested in facing and proving himself against the finest of his generation. He understood that, aside from himself, Canelo was a skilled boxer. Crawford made it clear that he wants to question excellence. He intends to fortify and cement his legacy in this way.
Well, I wouldn't say I'm chasing Canelo. You know, I think that's a broad statement. I just want the opportunity, you know, to fight the best fighter in my generation that's out there. You know, he's the most accomplished fighter in today's sports of boxing, other than myself. And I would just, you know, just like to, you know, fight another great. That's it. I think it'll be the biggest fight in the sport of boxing today.
Like Crawford, Canelo also voiced his opinions about their impending bout and took a firm stand. He emphasized that in contrast to YouTube boxers who prioritize trash talk over actual competition, they are actual professional fighters. He chastised the boxers for failing to provide the crowd with real action. Canelo also stressed that he and Crawford are dedicated to doing well.
Because we are true fighters.
We are two fighters.
True fighters.
True, yeah, of course. No, not YouTuber fighters.
Huh?
Not YouTuber fighters. Yeah, of course.
They need to talk and talk shit about the fight because they want to say something. The people know we are great fighters. They want to put a great fucking fight.
Yeah.
We don't need to talk.
I am sure in the end in the mid of September we will have one of the greatest fights ever happen in boxing, and I am sure of it. I am sure.
Delving into other pros' predictions, Jim Lampley discussed his thoughts on this bout, highlighting the amount of work needed to defeat a fighter of Canelo's caliber. He claimed that Canelo's strength and technique would be too great to overcome with simple punches and efforts. Lampley asserted that in order to have a chance, a fighter needs to be their best self. He still leans towards Canelo even if he recognized Crawford as another outstanding boxer. It is his belief that Canelo will win in the end.
His legs are the strongest in the sport. You're not going to beat Canelo until somehow over a long period of time Canelo beats himself. If he gets tired of all the discipline he has had to employ to make all the money he's made. Canelo still knows how to make fireworks when he absolutely has to make fireworks. But at the end of the day, he's a counterpuncher. He's a great defender. He has the most solid punch resistance of anybody in the sport. Nobody's ever knocked him off balance. Nobody's ever really knocked him down. There's only one official knockdown in his career, and it was because he bounced off the ropes.
Furthermore, Teofimo Lopez also gave his prediction for this mega matchup, saying Canelo will score a knockout in the later rounds. He added that the fight could even end as early as the 6th round. Lopez also underlined his goal of giving supporters an authentic, thrilling bout they would genuinely love.
To be honest, first and foremost, you know, I favor the fans. We want to see a great fight. We want to see the best fight the best. Even if the Crawford got to go up 3 weight classes to face the best and the king in the face of boxing of Canelo Alvarez, but I'm still going to go with my stablemate, Canelo Alvarez, with the win. Now, what decision? I think it's a late knockout. If not, it might end in 6.
Similarly, in his analysis, Rolly Romero said that Canelo is just too large for Crawford. He underlined that weight divisions have a purpose and shouldn't be disregarded. He believes that Crawford's decision to take on Canelo is a significant disadvantage. According to Romero, anyone who feels Crawford has a shot at that weight is totally wrong.
Anyone that thinks Crawford has a chance is a complete idiot. They have weight classes for a reason.
Too big? Too skilled?
Way too big, way too skilled. And this isn't a skill matchup. It has nothing to do with skill. It has to do with weight.
However, Bozy Ennis praised Crawford as a terrific boxer with the ability to succeed and expressed faith in him. He thinks Crawford is equipped with everything he needs to win. Ennis acknowledged Canelo's size advantage, but he believes Crawford has a genuine shot. He emphasized that if Crawford brings his best on fight night, he can win.
Yeah. I think, like I said, Terrence got a great chance to beat him, man. You know what I mean? Terrence can box, Terrence can move, Terrence can punch. You know what I mean? Terrence ain't gonna be doing like Skull. Terrence gonna fight you. You know what I mean? He's Terrence from the street, man. You know what I mean? He know what to do. You know what I mean? When it comes down to it. I think he's gonna wind up frustrating Canelo. You know what I mean?
Josh Taylor also expressed his belief in Crawford's capacity to prevail, stating that he can undoubtedly win if he makes effective use of all of his resources. He emphasized that the bout is one of the most interesting contests in recent boxing history because of how evenly matched the opponents are. Both boxers, in Taylor's opinion, have what it takes to prevail that evening.
I don't know, it's a tough one to be fair, but I think Crawford definitely has got the ability and the skill to outbox him and outmaneuver him, but I don't know if he's quite as cute as got the nuances how Mayweather done it. But it was obviously that's the blueprint. And Crawford can switch it as well, and he can do the same things as what Mayweather done, but he's just not quite as cute as it at it, But yeah, it's an intriguing fight. It's certainly an interesting fight, one I'll definitely be staying up to watch.
Furthermore, Caron Davis, who has sparred with both Crawford and Canelo, offered his opinions on the impending bout. He anticipated Canelo's victory and thinks size will be the decisive element in the ring. He worries that it won't be sufficient. Despite acknowledging Crawford's remarkable skills and great boxing IQ, Davis claimed that Canelo's relentless pressure will be too much to handle. He added that Crawford will definitely find himself in a serious test.
It'll be a tall task for him to win. It'll be a lot you have to. It'll be a lot to get that victory based on size alone. Not that size win fights, but you got a guy that got size and skills. It'll be hard. I mean, nothing's impossible. But if I had my money on somebody winning the fight, it'll be Canelo Alvarez. Even though Terrence Crawford is a great fighter, they're both great fighters. You got two great fighters in there. But I think one guy got the advantage due to his makeup, his body type, how big of a person he is. And, I think that will be the deciding factor in that fight.
Moving forward, Sean Porter called it the perfect timing for the fight, saying both fighters truly need it. He noted that Crawford was searching for a significant test and Canelo was also running out of well-known opponents. Porter thinks any man can win since the contest is evenly balanced. He anticipated a thrilling and unforgettable battle.
And Terrence is already taller than him, has the reach, I'm telling y'all, that's a 50-50 fight. Okay. That's a 50-50 fight. It's actually perfect timing for both guys. Yeah. Canelo Alvarez is losing big name fighters to fight against. There's really no one else with a big name for him to fight against. But all that being said, same thing for Terrence. Terrence is fighting a Canelo Alvarez who's been around the block. Canelo Alvarez who's been in quite a few wars. And, I think it's perfect timing for both guys.
Blair Cobbs said that it's difficult to choose Crawford in the fight, calling it a balanced contest. Although he admitted that any fighter may prevail, he personally hopes Crawford wins. Cobbs acknowledged the difficulty Crawford faces in facing Canelo. Nevertheless, he said he hoped Crawford would manage to get past it.
I don't know. It's just hard for me to see. And I'm a really big fan of Crawford. I've called him out for years, and I'm really good friends with Crawford. I think this would be a very, very steep task for him. So I'm not really picking anybody. I just really want to see a good fight. I would love to see Crawford pull it off, but it's very hard for me to see all of that happen with the variables of Canelo. Canelo is pretty tough, pretty good.
While talking about fighters' preparation for the fight, Canelo has dedicated himself entirely to his preparation, persevering through rigorous training sessions to guarantee that he is in optimal physical shape, knowing that it takes both strength and stamina to defeat a quick and talented opponent like Crawford. His camp has placed a strong emphasis on both. Long hours of sparring, bag practice, and fitness exercises have helped him hone his fundamentals. In addition, Canelo's squad has focused on timing, footwork, and movement to keep up with Crawford's speed. Being explosive and maintaining pressure throughout all 12 rounds is the foundation of his workouts. With discipline and expertise, Canelo is getting ready to rule from the first bell to the last. Crawford, on the other hand, is also training with unmatched focus and energy, aiming to rise to the challenge of facing a physically bigger opponent. His camp has been centered around building strength while maintaining his natural speed and agility. Furthermore, in order to maintain his sharpness, he is working hard on weight training, cardio, and high-intensity exercises. Crawford's goal has been to keep Canelo off balance by spending more time on footwork, defense, and fast transitions. Additionally, sparring with larger opponents is a key part of his camp, helping him adapt to the size difference. Every session is about refining his precision and making sure he's ready for a relentless high-level war in the ring. In short, as Canelo and Crawford's massive fight draws near, the boxing community is a hive of activity. Every update, from press releases to training videos, is eagerly watched by fans and specialists. Many people are supporting Canelo in the fight, while others are wishing for a Crawford victory. It's an uncommon bout that unites two top boxers in a momentous confrontation. On the night of the fight, everyone is excited to see who will win. In the end, who do you believe will prevail, Canelo or Crawford? Post your ideas and forecasts in the space provided for comments below. For the most recent updates, remember to like and subscribe.